there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Reboot Roundtable, a 20 to 30 minute podcast where we get together and talk about reworks, rewrites, sequels, reboots, all that fun stuff. I am Connor, and I am joined as always by Jay and Tyler. How are you guys doing today?
Hi.
I love the hi with the extra I. So today, Jay, you are presenting. What are you pitching to us today?
Boys, dude, I have a presentation for you. I expect an A+ in this class, okay? So, I'm going to be talking about...
Wait, hold up. Is the A+, the people listening giving us a like and a comment?
No, they hate our guts.
And if they're on YouTube,
That's true.
maybe subscribe.
That's also really gross. I can't believe I just said that. I gotta make sure I do the like and comment thing, but I gotta make sure I do it like as grossly YouTube as possible.
Oh,
just
100%.
As ironic.
Make sure, guys, if you get into the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment of your thoughts down below.
We're gonna see this video lose so many views.
Make sure to hit that.
This one is gonna be unwatched. But no, so yeah, what are you pitching to us today, Jay?
Oh yeah, I have to pitch something. Okay, so I'm talking about one of my favorite series of all time, Dragon Ball, and one of my less known / liked series, DC. So, you obviously know, Connor. I know you know about the kerfunkle that is Goku versus Superman.
Oh yeah, of course.
Everyone
it's a classic debate.
I won't say everyone knows, but that's like classic, right? Tyler, I don't know how much you know in terms of like DC. I know you know a little bit about Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
What's your
I
like,
know
DC
a little bit about Dragon Ball, and I know like a medium amount about DC. Like I know about Superman fighting Godzilla and losing.
Yeah, Superman lost to Jack. I can't say it yet.
Jack Black.
Jack Black.
It's okay.
Godzilla.
That episode came out earlier, so it's fine. We can reference it.
Okay, cool.
I'll bring back the Photoshop. Continue though.
Yeah. So my pitch is. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just curious. Superman versus Goku. Okay, if Superman can't beat Godzilla, I mean, Goku can beat Godzilla. Like I can.
Well, no one can beat Godzilla. It's called a contract.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like
okay, never mind. My bad.
No one can beat Godzilla except for like Shirazawa. I think that was his name.
What about Mothra?
No, Mothra's.
That's besides the point. This isn't a Godzilla episode. We already did that.
Come on, let's talk about Godzilla somewhere. No, so
no.
So my idea is a like DC and Dragon Ball crossover that would be in the style of like DC and Marvel, right? But it's two franchises from across the pond, obviously. It would be a way for fans of one or the other series to kind of get a bit of a introduction to the other. You know, people like you, Connor, who are hardcore like DC fans, and people like me who are hardcore like Dragon Ball fans could use it as an excuse to learn about some more characters from both sides.
So would this be in comic book form, movie form, or show form?
So that's kind of where like I want some help. I'm thinking,
okay.
Hey, it's me, Goku.
Hey, it's me, Goku.
No, I'm low-key thinking I want to do comic book because that feels like more true to it, you know?
You know what you could do?
Well, if you're going to do
insane.
If you're going to do TV, you have to do animation. And either you make Dragon Ball in the style of DC animation, or you make DC in anime style. And both of those feel like they would have fan bases in a like uproar. So I feel like comic book's just the best way to go.
You could release it would be an insane idea, but you could release, if you do it in comic book form, you could release the same story but in both our classical art styles. So you get like a very famous DC artist to do it's like same written story but just different art, like an anime manga version and a Western art style version. Mm-hmm. And maybe they could have like slightly different variations on like what perspective you get on the story. So like you have a reason to read both, but that could be like that could be fun. I don't know. But really continue with your pitch.
Yeah. So basically, kind of as I like to do my pitches, I like to take you through a story and then like branch off as we go. So the way I see this like starting out is I believe we probably start, because I'll be honest, I don't know as much about DC as I do Dragon Ball.
Oh, I got you.
I know. So that's where I love your expertise here. But I say we start out kind of in the Dragon Ball world, as most Dragon Ball stories do. We're going to start kind of towards the end of Super, where they, like, right after the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. For people at home who know about, like, the Moro arc and all these other arcs, The reason I'm not going there is because I haven't read them yet.
Is that the one with orange?
It's a good reason. I mean, that's a valid reason
No,
not
Orange
to
Piccolo
use
comes
them.
after Dragon Ball Super Heroes.
Okay.
But the Dragon Ball Broly movie, I'm pretty sure, comes after that.
You'll definitely need to provide a bit of context if there is anything that requires context, because I know I'm not going to be the only idiot who's lost.
Yeah, no. So this is just like a timeline thing. Like we're gonna be
Okay.
pretty much current. Basically, we're gonna be after the last movies. So we're just after the movies. We're not into like the depths of the manga. But we're gonna
That makes
be
sense.
training on Beerus's planet. So Beerus is like Beerus. He has his own planet. He's the god of destruction in the Dragon Ball universe. We're gonna have it.
He looks like a
so
naked
that-
cat, Connor.
He's like a.
Oh, is he the purple? Is he the
He's the
purple,
purple
like kangaroo
cat.
looking dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the purple guy. Or.
Or.
No.
But we're
No.
gonna have kind of like a thing happen with like we're just gonna have a portal, right? Or no. Actually, I lied to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Goku uses the Dragon Balls, so we're
Oh.
not on Beerus's planet. We're on
Okay.
Earth. We're on
That
Earth.
sounds
Wait,
about
okay,
right.
freeze. Earth is canonical in the Dragon Ball Z universe?
Yes, and it's the only place Shenron lives, to my knowledge.
Shenron lives in other places.
Oh.
The thing is that it requires Namekians, and the Namekians planet blew up, so they're on
Yeah.
Earth.
They live on Earth.
There's two sets of Dragon Balls, but the ones we're focusing on now are the normal ones. Goku, basically, he pulls a Goku and he's like, I wish to meet, someone strong. I want to train, right?
That sounds like Goku.
Right? And it opens this, portal. Shinron's like, I accept your wish. And it opens this portal to the DC universe. Now, there is multiverses in Dragon Ball, also in DC. So you could just have them link. I mean, it could just be a thing. It could happen, right?
Yeah.
So they link up.
That's what's behind the source wall.
It's
What I mean by that, there's this thing in DC Comics called the source wall. What's actually behind it is really dumb. Everyone thought it was the Marvel Universe behind it for years, but they didn't do that because they're cowards.
Oh.
Maybe they can retcon it as it's the Dragon Ball Z universe. That's what's actually behind the source wall instead of just some random goddess, if memory serves.
Dragon
Oh,
Ball
that sounds
universe
lame.
is massive, to be fair. I don't know if it's it's definitely not as big as DC, but
Yeah. But no, continue.
yeah. So portal opens, and Goku's like, yeah, and he walks through. Boom, there's Superman. He's like, Goku's been transported into their what is their version of the Avengers Tower?
They've got two of them, but most of the time it would be the I can't think of the name. It's the satellite. They have a satellite.
It's like a
Okay.
space station, basically, right?
Yeah, I can't think of its actual name, but it's not it wouldn't be the Hall of Justice. It'd be the satellite, more than likely.
Doesn't
then
Batman
literally-
still own this?
Batman owns all of it.
Of course. Okay, moving on.
So I love the idea of Goku walks through this, and Goku obviously, anytime they summon Shinron, you generally have all the Z Fighters, which is the name of Goku and his posse.
Mm.
They're just waiting around. So this portal opens while the Justice League are having a meeting.
Yeah, that tracks.
Goku walks in, sees this meeting going on, and goes, "Am I interrupting something? Hi, are you all strong? Something
Hey!
like that."
You
Hey.
guys strong? It's me, Goku.
It's
and,
me, Goku.
Well, I'm looking for a strong fighter.
He would say something like that.
The
and
thing
I
is,
could see,
the Justice League would immediately square up. No doubt.
which is where
because
the
they-
first fight comes from.
Yeah,
Because
that
Who
makes
do
a
you
lot
think
of
throws the
sense.
first punch in this war?
whoever
Batman.
gets
Batman.
Probably
That's
Batman.
first punch. Let's be honest with ourselves.
I was
here.
thinking Batman or Superman. It would be one or the other.
No, Superman won't jump to the punch. Superman will try and talk it through. Batman has dealt with portal wielders. He's dealt with Darkseid. He's not gonna alien from another universe. Batman's not asking questions. I will ask questions after I've knocked out the problem,
so
which is why we love Batman.
what I could see then happening, Batman immediately lunges at Goku. Goku's already sensed who the strongest in the room is, which is obviously going to be Superman. Because in Dragon Ball they have this ability to sense power levels.
Oh,
I
okay,
assume
yeah,
you could
I forgot about
universe
that.
logic it, right? And be like, Goku could sense the key levels, right? Or just a
Yeah.
strength level. And
Plot
he would
twist,
be
it's
like,
Martian Manhunter. That's who he fights.
I feel
He
like
just
you would
jumps
dodge
Martian
Batman and be
Manhunter.
like, "Whoa, your key levels are strong for how physically weak you are."
That's
insane.
insane.
No, I could
Okay.
see Vegeta rushing down Batman the moment he does it. Because Goku's not as much of a, Goku's more of a, feel out his opponents type of style. Vegeta's just gonna get
Oh.
in there. Vegeta
Okay,
could,
okay.
see someone immediately attack and be like, that's the guy. That's who I want.
Screw
He's just
you,
gonna rush him.
Kakarot.
Yeah. And so I could see Batman and Vegeta fighting off. And I love Batman, but that's just not a fight he's winning.
Okay, but here's the thing with
himself.
Batman. Because my understanding is, like, Dragon Ball Z characters move at, like, speeds of light, right?
Yeah. You'd have to universe
Batman
equalize.
has canonically dodged an undodgeable laser.
Here, okay. Well, here's my thing.
It's just a dude.
Here's my thing though, is that you would have to like universe equalize to like fight. So obviously, even if you take like in terms of powers, like Vegeta could blow up, a lot of big biz. You have to change some things to make it like a fight, right? Because Vegeta canonically loses a lot of his fights, even if he.
Well,
really
the thing is
shouldn't.
too, it's Batman. He's got so many gadgets.
It's
He can pull out the
Batman.
Hellbat armor, which is so fucking.
And
Stupid.
I love the thought. I love the like imagination of Batman's fighting base form Vegeta, and like doing pretty well. They're getting into like martial arts because obviously Batman is like the pinnacle of martial arts, right? Just straight up
Yeah,
martial
he's
arts.
peak human.
And Vegeta is obviously a martial artist as well, but he's not as good of one. So Vegeta's getting kind of dominated in the just straight up hand-to-hand combat because he's going to play to Batman's strength at first. And Batman's going to say something along the lines of like, you're not as strong as I thought you would be, or something like that, you know?
Well, Batman's not a cocky fighter. He's not gonna probably.
I don't think
He's
he'd
not
say
gonna
anything.
goad.
Okay, then hear me
Yeah.
out, right? Vegeta starts losing. Vegeta looks up and goes like, you're doing pretty good. Let's see how you handle this. Goes straight into Super Saiyan 2. Starts
Ooh.
shaking walls. While this fight's going on, I could see Goku immediately rushing Superman and being like, you seem like the strong one. Let's try this out, you know? Like, would you be down for a spar or something like that? Goku's such a, like... If this is Super Goku, Z Kai Goku, who's my favorite version, doesn't do this. But Super Goku does do this. Like, he would gun for Superman, or he would walk up and just challenge him to combat right there. He'd, like, walk up all nice, put out his hand, and be like, would you fight with me real quick? I feel like Superman would accept, you know?
Yeah, I could see it going either way. I could see Superman being like, if I need to for the sake of Earth, like, we can go elsewhere and slug it out.
I could
Now,
see
here's the
Green
question.
Lantern having the strongest power level.
No. Superman
Really?
definitely outpowers Green Lantern. Green Lantern's insanely versatile. Though, here's my question. Because if you're doing this, you gotta have the DC Trinity square up against someone each. Who does
Okay.
Wonder Woman square up with?
See, it's... Wonder Woman either squares with
Gohan.
Gohan
if-
or Broly.
I was
Which of
thinking
them is the
Trunks.
most like, I'm willing to kill you? Because that's who Wonder Woman's got to square up with. Because she's the most willing to kill
Broly.
of any of the characters.
That would be Broly.
Broly would just murder you. Like, he doesn't care.
It depends. Broly has
Oh.
been training to like remain in control during his legendary like form, but if he like receives any significant damage or if like he takes a real hit, then he will probably lose control since he's still in like his infancy of controlling this form. So he becomes almost like a Hulk style, right?
Is he green hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing about Broly though is that Broly is more powerful than Goku by like a lot.
I mean, Wonder
Isn't
Woman's gone up
Broly
against some
strongest
insane
Saiyan in
fighters.
verse right now?
I could see her at least holding her
I
own
think
against-
until like end of Moro arc,
Okay.
Broly is the strongest. Because remember, they had to turn into Gogeta to defeat Broly.
Yeah. Gogeta is... Well, I mean, it's a fusion, so of course it's strong, but like, whew.
Gogeta's something like, it's like some crazy number times, you know, Super Saiyan Blue.
Well,
and,
I'm
like, the
saying, don't
combination.
forget they can do Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta too, which,
Yeah.
like, okay, come on, guys.
Also,
Because
I
what
don't-
you could do is, if you have these characters squaring off, the rest of the Justice League could play just keeping people safe.
Well, the rest of the Justice League could get matched up with more Z fighters.
You could do that too. Yeah, that's true.
But also, again, they're on the satellite, right? Because the Z fighters aren't going to hurt people intentionally.
That's-
They're
okay.
the good guys as well. The Z fighters probably wouldn't even come into fight unless they thought that they kind of had to. And if they see
Yeah.
Batman immediately rush Goku, Vegeta take him out, Goku immediately start fighting with someone else, Gohan start fighting with someone else, which is possible.
I have an
Or
interesting
Broly.
plot twist.
Okay.
To my knowledge, the Frieza family is Frieza, his brother, and his dad, right?
Yeah, but his brother and dad are dead.
That's okay. We can somehow not make that happen and bring Frieza and his family to Earth, and they could be like causing a ruckus. And the reason why Goku's there is to fight them, but he thought it was to fight Superman. That could be a crazy
Could
plot
be a
twist.
thing of instead of like Goku just wishing to fight someone strong, it could be Frieza looking to become a god of destruction in his own universe, which takes him to DC.
Oh yeah, because he
So
would be really
saying that
strong.
He's
in
gonna
her.
have to square up against Darkseid because that sounds gross. Because Frieza's the green guy, right?
No,
that's Zamasu.
He's the white guy.
Frieza.
White and purple.
Is he the one that looks like Mewtwo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Darkseid versus Mewtwo. S tier 5. I've watched that.
And the Frieza black form in the like recent, if we just decide to say screw it, we pick what we want. The Frieza black form is like, it's theorized to be as powerful as Beerus,
Okay.
which Dragon Ball has like characters, Connor, that just biz. If you think Goku's strong, there's like levels to this. Frieza is above Goku right now, even at like
Yeah.
like maximum power.
But okay, at the top of the food chain is this little kid.
You're not talking about a Raleigh, please.
No.
Now-
Oh,
I
sorry.
actually
Even
wanna
higher
take
up
back-
the food chain.
I want to take back my statement that Batman would immediately throw hands.
Hmm.
Because I'm remembering the fact that Batman hasn't thrown a hand with teleporters before. Like, he didn't, like, straight up try to throw hands with an alternate Lex Luthor, now that I think about it. So, if he was going to immediately throw hands, you could have it, like, villains from Dragon Ball Z showed up. So the Justice League, that's why they're having a meeting. Like, they're already on edge from this bullshit.
And then
Which
our
would explain
guys
why they're
appear.
already ready to throw hands.
And
Like, they
that
just
why-
assume it's part of the problem.
And
Is
that would be
Goku
why
heard?
Goku's there. Is he's like
Yeah.
there to take out Frieza.
He heard that Frieza escaped, and he's like, "Gosh dang it, I gotta go clean up my
Freaking
mess."
Frieza! All right, hold up.
Because they did do that with Goku Black, and that wasn't nearly as related to Goku. So that could be a thing of like Shinron, take me to Frieza, and he'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, and he would just
Well-
teleport them, and it would be like a thing of like they just get teleported to the space station for some reason.
Don't they have these like robots or like teams in lore that go find the Dragon Balls? Because there's this like one character that uses them like once a week.
Yeah, Bulma uses them to just
Bulma.
make herself look younger.
She's like, I want to look younger.
Why she doesn't give herself immortality is beyond me, but she doesn't.
I think it's Pete.
Honestly, like, our reason they could end up at the station is, what is his name? There's this guy who, because there's this whole thing called the New Gods, and they have, I think there's Zeta beams, no, mother boxes, and I don't remember. All of the like cosmic side of DC gets confusing for me, I will admit. But there are like reasons that the satellite like would just yoink them. There's one guy he's like the smartest guy in the DC universe, and like he often, if memory serves, just yoinks people who are trying to teleport near Earth. So I could very much see them just like, someone else is teleporting in. You know what I mean?
So
had a really cool idea for like a moment in the movie. So like they eventually team up, the Justice League and like what is it, Fighter Z?
Yeah, I mean that has to happen. That's
like
every
yeah, they
crossover.
definitely team up by the end of the movie. But when they do, Cyborg's like, hey, let me see like how those beams and stuff work. And like nearing the end of the fight, whatever, like we'll say it's Frieza Black. Frieza Black's like, I'm gonna shoot this beam at you, and he goes to shoot this beam, and like Ryze shoots the beam, Cyborg like sucks it up, and then just shoots it right back at him.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Booyah!
Cyborg's done that kind of thing before.
Yeah, like I can see him doing that.
Yeah, I can see that. Then Frieza just comes back with an even bigger beam, made of
Yeah,
a different kind of energy, because that's just something he would do.
To be fair, but something I wanted to bring up too, though, is like there are a lot of cool people in the DC universe that I could see as interesting dialogue from my understanding of Dragon Ball Z, which I have very limited knowledge, like none. My brain immediately goes like, you obviously got to get a Martian Manhunter scene where he gets to shapeshift and throw hands with someone, because he just doesn't get enough.
You could have him shapeshift and throw hands with
Shapeshifts into
Majin Buu,
Goku.
because Majin Buu that would be really funny.
Oh, I love Majin Buu. He's my favorite villain.
Majin Buu is great. I like Kid Buu better, but current Pink
Oh,
Fury
I mean,
is
yeah.
not bad.
Well, okay, my favorite scene that I've seen in all of like Dragon Ball lore is where he like cures that kid's blindness. And that scene just warms up my heart every time. He's like, "What? You can't see? Just see." And he's like, "But I can't. I'm blind." And he's like, "Bro, just open your eyes."
We have different
And then he does, and he's like, "Wait, I can see."
styles of our favorite scene. Because my favorite scene from all of Kai comes from adult Gohan during the Buu saga, where Super Buu he's just staring down Gohan, and this is a Super Buu that has just been beating everyone to a pulp, and he's like, "So you've come to fight me, huh?" And then Gohan's like, "Fight you? No, I'm here to kill you." And then Gohan like destroyed him. But then Gohan got cocky like he
I
always
hope you
does,
know
and
every time
ended
you
up
bring up
killing him.
Boo, I think he's like the bubblegum guy, if memory serves. Okay,
He
but
is the
all
bubblegum
my
guy.
brain could picture was the Boos from Mario. And so I'm just
Mario,
picturing
yeah.
like fucking Luigi's mansion.
So you come to fight me, tough guy. Wah!
Oh.
Gohan looks at him and he like covers his face and looks away. No, don't look at me.
That's something Boo would do. Especially Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Cause like my like in my head,
Yeah,
like, for
that's
me
a
in
fair
my brain,
fight.
like who are the Justice League that you want to play? Because there's always about like 7 of them at play. I feel like you've got to go the Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Martian Manhunter, Flash, Green Lantern, Shazam, and I don't know.
See, Flash is an interesting
Do we get the
character to
Robins?
match.
Or do we?
No,
disclude
Robins
the
are often not in the actual Justice League. They're like never in the actual Justice League. They're normally like because they got Teen Titans. They're always on like the Titans.
Demoted.
And like when you get
Oh, that's
Nightwing will join the league
Oh, it's like
sometimes.
Cyborg, right.
The
Yeah,
Robins are weird. The Robins are a whole bag of issues. I love the Robins.
I am not thinking of the Robins. I'm thinking of like your core Justice League. My like
Tim
biggest
Drake is-
difficulties in who I like match with the Z Fighters is like, who do I match like Aquaman and Flash with?
Love Aquaman. He's so underrated.
I mean Dick, not Tim Drake. My bad.
I love Dick Grayson. Such a good
Yeah, Dick
character.
Grayson is
Like-
my.
But no, like with Aquaman though, you gotta remember he's not Wonder Woman level strong, but I mean depending on the version obviously. But he is like he has like enhanced speed and strength. Like he's not just man who talked to fish. Like he has
Yeah.
like a lot more to him.
Well, he would get one of the lesser Z Fighters, not like your Beta Squad, but like he wouldn't get a main team, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't get like a Goku or a Vegeta or a Trunks or like
Well,
he would
we
get
don't have
Oh my
Trunks
gosh, what's
here.
his name?
We would have-
He's got 9 dots on his forehead like Zenyatta.
Are you
Now-
talking about Krillin or Tien?
Krillin.
I love Krillin.
He
Krillin's my
would fight
favorite character,
Krillin.
other
So
than, like,
a
old
thing
Gohan.
here, another thing, just knowing DC, Harley Quinn would have to be brought into play because DC shoves her into literally everything. It's genuinely upsetting. I love Harley Quinn, but she's being put into way too much stuff right now.
I love her, but I do not think she should be part of this movie.
She shouldn't.
What is she gonna
but
do against a Super
The
Saiyan?
thing is you're gonna have to you're gonna probably have to shove in Harley Quinn and you're gonna have to shove in the Joker because it's DC and they refuse not to.
You could just have them be like taking advantage of the chaos that Frieza and his Frieza Force are leaving behind.
You could.
Oh yeah,
I
bro.
think
What if
Harley Quinn's an
Goku has to go
anti-hero
beat up
currently.
Harley Quinn and Joker?
Anti-hero?
Oh yeah, Harley Quinn's like on a full hero thing right now. If memory serves,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy.
She's flipped the
Then you could
script.
probably,
Yeah,
like,
she's
leave the
dating
Angels.
Poison Ivy and then went heroic. It's really wild. It's
so
a wild
cool.
change.
You could probably leave
I like it.
Joker and Harley Quinn with the androids then of 17 and 18
Oh, that could be cool actually.
because they
And then you'll have to have
similar
Lex
lives.
Luthor show up. But I can
Like,
just
the
see him trying to
androids
get
can,
a
like,
hold of the
use
power.
gas?
Very Lex Luthor.
Now,
You
here's
know,
what I
knowing Lex
think's
Luthor,
hilarious.
he'd build a Saiyan suit. That's
here-
what Lex Luthor would do.
Here's what's hilarious, right?
Uh-huh.
Dragon Ball has their own kind of version. There's two characters in Dragon Ball that are at that level of like intelligence. The first one is this guy named Dr. Gero. It's the like second generation Dr.
Oh
Gero.
no, not Dr.
He
Gero.
created multiple androids that were as strong as like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan up until almost Beast Gohan. He created one android that was as strong as Beast Gohan, which was as strong as early level UI Goku. So to put that in perspective, really strong.
And then he made something even crazier.
Well, that's what I was talking about. It was Cell Max.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cell
'Cause
Max.
Cell Max
okay,
was,
that's what
like-
I was trying to bring up.
Not really relative, but like Cell Max was in combat with Beast Gohan. But
Okay.
you have
yeah.
Dr. Gero, and then you have Bulma, who is just like casually creating. She's like your Deus Ex Machina, creates basically whatever the Z Fighters need.
Like, Bulma, we need like 17 nukes and 32 Subway sandwiches. She's like, I'm on it.
Dude, like
I'll
as
get
a
it to you.
12-year-old, she managed to understand and track with machines a unidentified energy source in the Dragon Balls, creating the like dragon radars that no one else could do.
Yeah.
She was like 12.
She's like, okay, in lore, she go crazy. But
she's
like,
built
I just
time
think her
machines.
misuse of the Dragon Balls is blasphemous.
Connor, you know the scene in Iron Man 1 where it's like Tony Stark built that in a cave with a box of scrap. You know that?
Yeah.
There was a very similar thing that happened in the Goku Black arc where future Bulma just made a time machine out of like scraps.
My brain, whenever I live, like, I'm thinking Lex Luthor intelligence. It's not his greatest intelligence feat, but it's just a scene I always like to bring up when I'm able to. Is there's a character dying of cancer, and Lex Luthor's like, yeah, he's as good as dead. Superman, you failed. And for some reason, Captain Cold's standing over in the corner, and Superman's like, hey, Lex, you always claim you're the smartest man in the world. Cure cancer, or you're not smart. Like, he basically just does that to Superman. And Lex is like, yeah, I'm smart. I can cure cancer. And you just get this great line from Captain Cold, which is, Superman just challenged Lex Luthor to cure cancer, and I get to watch. I got the best seat in the world. I just love Captain Cold. Again, very underrated character. But, like, I just love the Lex Luthor is very much the guy who's like, yeah, I could cure cancer, but I won't because it's not profitable. But I can do it. I'm smart enough.
But kind of like...
I love and hate Captain Cold because he's hilarious, but he's just so garbage. Like, how can you be a villain?
There's a
and
really
just be
great
ice?
story. It's really dark. It's not a...
Like, Mr. Freeze is a good ice villain.
No. Captain Cold, so the whole, like, Flash Rogues, there's a Rogues comic where it's Captain Cold's last go. It's really good. It's really dark. Definitely suggested a read.
All right.
I'll try and find its title by the end of it. But, yeah, continue with your pitch.
Yeah, so basically, like, you get these big, fights. I like the idea that Frieza ends up clashing with some, like, big DC villain.
I mean, you gotta go Darkseid if that case.
You have to go Darkseid? I don't know how, like, scaling Darkseid is.
Darkseid is
how does Darkseid...
multiversal entity.
How does he deal with, like, Superman is what I'll say. How does he deal with that level?
So, like, okay, he's got... And I can't remember the proper name for it. He has laser eyes that he can use that will
Omega
literally
beams.
delete literally everyone.
Yeah.
The Zeta beams, I think is what they're
There
called.
is a similar concept
Zeta
in
beams
Dragon
or
Ball called the Hakai, which is the...
These are the beams that Batman dodged. Literally, not even Superman could dodge these beams, or like Superman can outrun them, but Batman just dodged them. He's like the only character, if memory serves, that's just dodged these beams. It's really funny, but yeah, no,
ridiculous.
It's really ridiculous.
I imagine,
but it's so good.
I imagine like Frieza and Darkseid could come to clash. And you'd have to depower Darkseid a bit in the same way that you have to like power up Batman to like even allow this fight to happen. I feel like at this point, I don't know how possible it would be for Darkseid to team up with anybody. Because Frieza's like a conniving villain. He will make allies and then immediately leave them in the dust, just to make himself look and feel better.
Well, the thing with Darkseid is like your stereotypical Darkseid thing is he's trying to get the anti-life equation. So you could very much do it like Frieza, I think so you said the name was, like is all like hears about the anti-life equation is like, I want that because that makes me basically death itself.
Well, see,
because the anti-life equation does all kind of shit.
Frieza's trying to become a god of destruction, from what I know, in that he's trying to learn what is like the most overpowered ability so far in Dragon Ball, which is called Hakai, which is literally it's like the Omega beams, except it completely erases someone from existence.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
But
I get
only gods of
Omega beams.
destruction
I
can
like
use it.
great Batman feat. Omega beams literally delete everything.
Yeah.
Oh, Batman just gets sent back in time when he gets hit with them.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, true story. But no, not the besides point. But no, I like the pitch idea. I like the idea of the crossover. I am a fan. I think that could be a really cool way to introduce people to it.
Oh, for sure. I love the idea again of just like, and it could also be like a really cool tribute to Akira Toriyama.
Yes.
I don't know if you all know this. The creator of Dragon Ball recently passed away. And yeah, so it could be like a really cool tribute from from the top of one side to the top of another.
Well, the thing is too is you've got to do it where like you obviously can't answer the question who wins Superman.
No, they don't ever finish the fight. They get like
they
battle
they
for a
don't ever
bit. They
get to finish
respect
their
each other.
fight.
They both go to their limit, and then like something distracts them, right? be it like
Genuinely
Frieza going
speaking,
crazy or something.
the most
Frieza,
recent death
yeah.
battle, as of recording, the most recent Superman versus Goku death battle, really wholesome. Really suggests just at least watching the death battle. It is so wholesome if you haven't
Yeah.
seen it. It's very wholesome.
Even though I wanted so and so to win.
Yeah, the winner is interesting. Well, I mean, it's kind of clear with who
Oh.
both of us would want to win. Who I would want to win and who you would want to win. But very wholesome, even with how it goes.
Yeah, I'd
whoever
go
you
for
think would
sure.
win.
But that kind of
At the end of the day, I don't think anybody in the DC universe should beat Goku consistently.
oh no, absolutely.
Like I
not.
definitely
It
think it
depends
should
on
be a hardened
continuity.
battle.
It all
every
just comes down to
time.
which.
Sure, you get
continuity.
the like
Silver Age
infinite
Superman
shield
was so
bombs.
fucking insane.
Yeah. I mean, you obviously get like the
That is
interdimensional
very
beings
true.
and
I
stuff.
always forget about Silver Age.
In terms of your standard DC like characters, you know, the characters that are going to show up all the time, right? Really, other than like Superman himself, not a lot of the characters will hold a genuine fight to Goku, which makes Broly a
Junk.
threat because Broly's kind of a menace. But I feel like you could honestly have like a Justice League tag team on Broly, where you have like Green Lantern and Flash.
Well, you could use
Oh,
some of the
that'd be
other
so
like
cool.
classic Justice League characters who aren't like the main team.
The entire Teen Titans.
The entire Teen Titans. But
They
yeah,
get smoked,
so
I'm lying.
yeah, I really like your pitch though. I definitely would love to see a DC
Yeah, this is
Justice
just something
League
I want to
crossover.
see,
Mhm.
but
I think this is a really good idea.
I do feel like this is probably gonna have to end it off. We're going a bit over time.
Yes.
but
Right. So,
Yeah.
for all you viewers at home, please check us out on TikTok, which will probably have new videos by now. Please check out our Instagram, which we will have posts on by now for sure. Check us out on Spotify. It's the same episode, but maybe you prefer to listen to it, and maybe you just want to listen to us again because we're that entertaining. Don't know if that's the case. For a comment, leave us what you thought. Like, who do you think would win? Justice League versus what's the team called?
Z Fighters.
The Z Fighters.
Krillin
Justice League versus the
Fighter.
Z Fighters.
Yamcha solos
I-
the entire Justice League, by the way.
Who does?
Yamcha.
Dude, that's insane.
Connor, there's a guy in Versecond just make you not exist because of Joe Rogan. He
That's
doesn't have to do
insane.
anything. You just stop existing.
Yeah, but he's
Okay, Zatanna though. Zatanna could.
But he's like
not the-
sick.